So, if you're familiar with CNC plasma cutting, or maybe you're in the vinyl cutting industry, or maybe you just kind of know what you're doing essentially, you know that, or what is a DXF file. DXF file is a simple vector image. You can import simple vector image by hitting this button. Now, this is essentially a CAD CAM file. This is what I want to talk about. A CAD CAM file is different than a DXF. Now, this CAD CAM file will retain essentially the toolpath that you initially created. So, what it does is it essentially shortens the amount of time that it's going to take for you to import a part, create a toolpath, because it already knows the toolpath. It saves you time. Now, that being said, guys that have a lot of DXF files that are looking, to keep cutting them, that is perfectly fine. You can come right in here in CAM, hit this DXF import, right? This is where you import a CAD CAM file. This is where you import a DXF. In CAD, if I want to import a DXF, the button's right here, or I simply just hit the open button, find my file. Much the same for a DXF. So, I'm going to bring this DXF in. I choose browse, and then now I need to find essentially some file here that I have buried on my computer. Door. Cable mount. Hit open. Progress. Boom. There's my part. So essentially, 3 very small holes that are going to get drilled and tapped, 2 larger holes, and an outside perimeter. I select OK. From here, if a guy has a plate marker or vice versa, what you can do is essentially you want to ungroup the objects. So if I ungroup this, I select OK. Now each hole is individual of itself. Ungroup. Right? So now I can then come in here, highlight the part, hit mark element, select OK. Come over here, highlight these, mark element, select OK. So that's how simple it is to set up a toolpath for your scribe. Now, if you drew your DXF in separate layers, you can select the layer to be marked, as in when it imports it in, it has 2 layers. Your simple perimeter cuts, inside-outside features, 1 layer, layer 1, and then put marker for your second layer. And then the guys in the shop floor will always get that correct. So I then come into CAM. Now my part is right here. I can manually move it around. I can swing it, spin it, whatever I want to do. So that is essentially how you would manipulate a file in and of itself. And this is thrown in error code because I do not have a marker set up. No fabrication head assigned. But either way, that's how essentially you create a toolpath for your marker. Now, if I want to import a DXF into this, what I would do is go here, hit browse, find my part, select open, progress. There we go. Nice simple part, DXF file, select apply, automatically generates a toolpath. So I can change the lead in, move it, because there's not a whole lot that's going to fit in this area right here. I hit apply. Now, so essentially, the beauty about this is that FlashCut knows the inside offset, the outside offset. Every time you import a part in, you can select multiples at one time, bring them in, creates a toolpath, because it knows essentially off of my project settings what my material is right here. Mild steel, stainless, aluminum. It knows that you're going to be cutting on this material, so it automatically generates a toolpath for you. Now essentially, I can then drag this over here and I could cut it out. If I needed these 2 simple parts added into this nest, I would be done. I can also hit true shape nesting, select how many parts I would want of that. I need 50 of them. Let's say I want 12 of these and I don't know, 10 of those. So from here, I would then hit start nesting, create my nest for me, and if I liked it, At that point, like so, I'd hit apply, bring it over into CNC, and now I'm ready to cut. This is what is going to save your guys on the floor and or you, if you're an owner operator, time. The ability to import parts efficiently. You don't have to create a toolpath for each part individually. It knows what it's doing, and it makes your life easier. What it really does is it makes your employees' life easier too, because they don't have to know as much how to run this machine.